Hi, it's me and I'm back today with a bit of a different video. I want to talk about BL series. BL series has been my obsession for like the past 3 months. I have watched a lot of them and I wanted to share my favourites with you. Not in any particular order or anything like that, just the ones that I really love, and I think that would be a good starting place for anyone who wanted to watch more. Now, BL is kind of a name along the lines of like yaoi, when I don't know if anyone remembers when you used to call things yaoi in Japan and they had the mangas and everything. Thailand at the moment is the main sort of maker of BL series, but there are ones being made in like Korea, Taiwan, Philippines, like all over Asia basically, and they are totally a breath of fresh air for me anyway, who's used to watching like a lot of American programs where they queer bait a lot, and you know, it's just like gays get buried and all that kind of stuff, which is just a shitter. So there's none of that in Thai BL. None of that. The gay is right out there, which I do love. So I ended up getting into it because I watched The Untamed. Now, many of you will have watched The Untamed. It's on Netflix, it's on Amazon Prime, and it is set in like a Chinese fantasy historical genre. Really beautifully shot, well acted. The soundtrack is beautiful, and it is based on a BL novel. Now, in China, they're not allowed to show gay themes or anything like that on television, so it's very heavily censored for the Chinese audience. But it's pretty obvious, you know, that the main two characters are in love and etc. I love The Untamed. I have watched it all the way through. There's like 3 times. There's 50 episodes. I thoroughly recommend it. Give it a chance. The first 2 episodes, I would say, can be kind of confusing because you're like, who are these people? What are they doing? They just put you right into the middle of the action. But once it really gets going, you'll be hooked. So that was how I ended up getting into the genre, because I was looking about in the fandom, and as I was looking about in the fandom, I saw other people watching different things and I was intrigued by them, so I started watching them. And the first one that I watched that is, I suppose, true BL series was a series called Why Are You? Now, I love Why Are You. It's trashy, it's set in university, it's like a trashy new adult novel. It's kind of spicy. There's 2 main pairings, one of which I love, Saifa and Zon. They have an enemies to lovers, rivals romance thing going on that's just so cute. And then they have another pair who have, it's still a bit of enemies to lovers going on, but it's all very cute. The boys are sweet. And I think because it's one of the first ones I watched, I wasn't burnt out on the university sort of trope. So I love Why Are You. There's 13 episodes. They are available on YouTube, or you can watch them online TV if you have a VPN, which I do watch the VPN. And then there's also the Cypher's On Story 2 special episodes after that, because the filming was cut short by COVID. So, really sweet romance. That's the dog. Enemies to lovers. Would totally recommend. 10 out of 10. And I am so excited for all the stuff that Jimmy and Tommy, who play Siphons on, have coming up this year. They are currently in Korea filming a new series, which we're very excited about. So we'll keep an eye out for that. And then I would say I watched a couple of things. I watched Together, which is hugely popular. It's on a couple of international Netflix, but it's available on YouTube because it's made by GMM TV, and they are like a sort of studio sort of thing, and you can watch it on there. It's got fake dating and all that kind of stuff. Now that I've watched more, it's not my favourite, but I just thought I would mention it because a lot of people really do love it. And then one of my other favourites is Until We Meet Again. Now this is, again, university set, and that is a total trope. But this one has like reincarnation soulmates. So there's sort of two timelines interweaving in the story, and two boys fall in love. It's a Romeo and Juliet scenario, and then in the sort of present day storyline, they meet again. It's very cute, but my favourite thing about Until We Meet Again is the side couple of Win and Team, who are just so super cute. I love them, and they have a series coming up this year, which I'm very excited about, which is like the sequel to Until We Meet Again. And also I follow them on like all their social medias and stuff. They're very cute. But Until We Meet Again starts off with heart-wrenching, like tragic stuff. It has so much romance in it as well, and very healthy communication and relationships as well, which I totally love, and I think you should watch Until We Meet Again. Again, it is available on YouTube. It's all split into like 4 parts per episode, but there's a playlist. I can even link the playlist below if anyone is interested. And then this is one of my favourites. I have the actual box set for this one. My friend bought me it for Christmas. She's an angel. Is Untamed the series. Now, Untamed the series can be a bit divisive, I think, because there are things in it that are kind of problematic, I think, but I loved it anyway. Basically, university set, I'm going to say that so many times, and a guy called Type, and he has got past trauma, and it has made him sort of really suspicious and not like gay people. But he gets a roommate, Darn, who is gay, and things of course progress from there. Again, we have enemies to lovers, da 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 da. It is the spiciest of I would say Thai BL shows, and the main pairing in it, the actors Mew and Gulf, I think were like the highest paid of the BL actors in Thailand last year. In Thailand, I think their faces are pretty much everywhere. But it's a really sweet story. They just put out a special, which was, they had a season 2, which is like set 7 years after that, when they're both working and all that stuff, which I appreciated. And they also had the wedding special, which was super sweet. All of it is available on the internet if you know where to look. I would thoroughly recommend Untamed, but don't watch it with your parents or anyone that you would be embarrassed to watch a sex scene with, because there are quite a few. So then let's say something a bit more, a bit sweeter, a bit less spicy. So I'm going to choose My Engineer. Guess what? It's set in university. And again, it has the trope of engineering students. There's a joke in the fandom where it's like, is he, you know, an engineering student? And basically, meet cute, then one of them has to give the other one a flower or rose every day for however many days. They get to know each other, they fall in love. It's very sweet. Again, the side pairing of Ram and King are the best, and they are going to have their own, not their own, it's going to be My Engineer too, they're all going to be in it, but Ram and King are going to be the focus of season 2, which we can't wait for. We adore Perth, who plays Ram. He is an absolute sweetheart, and you can join his Discord and watch him like stream Animal Crossing and everything. He's so sweet, and he also loves cherry magic, so he's got good taste and we like him. So my favourite of the Taiwanese, no, I've got 2 favourites. My classic favourite of the Taiwanese ones is History 3 Trapped. And History is like an anthology series, so each series is a different storyline. And 3 Trapped is my favourite, and it is like a cop and a mob boss. The cop's been chasing after him, he's obsessed with him, and then stuff happens. Not to spoil it. And of course they fall in love, and it's all very sweet. And what I loved the most about History 3 Trapped is the fact that one of the main characters, Shelfie, he's like, yeah, I like this guy, I'm not going to apologise for it. He's just very confident in that way. And also he is, very sort of honourable. And it's very sweet how they fall in love. And I really like it. And it has, I think, on Vicky Rakuten, it's like 10 episodes. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I would give it 10 out of 10. If I was tier ranking things, it would be in the S God tier of dramas for me. And yeah, just go and watch History 3 Trapped. You will not regret it. So let's go for... I'm looking through my list here. I use my Dramalist to keep track of everything. It's very handy. Right, so I'm going to talk about why. Why makes literally no sense. It's amazing. Why is like not set at university, and it is about a guy who lives in an apartment building, and the people in the apartment building are all absolutely nuts, but in a good way, and they've got a whole fine family dynamic thing going on, which is really cute. And he pretends to date one of the other residents so that he doesn't get kicked out. And it's all very cute. I can't really describe it for you without spoiling it, and I won't spoil it. But before each episode, there is basically a warning: don't take it too seriously and don't try to make it make sense, because it will not. It's hysterical, and I love it. So then one of my other most recent favourites is We Best Love #1 for You, and that again is a Taiwanese drama. It's got 6 episodes, and the season 2 is coming out in like March, so you can start watching it. Enemies to lovers, goodness. Basically one of them's been in love with the other one since they were like kids, and the other one's very bratty and sort of brash. It's very cute. We like it a lot, and we're looking forward to season 2. Now, if you're looking for something, you're saying, Gemma, I know, but I really liked Call Me By Your Name. And I'm like, well, Call Me By Your Name is terrible, so bleh. But if you liked Call Me By Your Name, you will love I Told Sunset About You. I Told Sunset About You has 5 episodes. It is possibly the most beautifully shot of all the Thai BL series. Oh my god, my hair. And it is your sort of classic Bildungsroman narrative where 2 boys were childhood friends, they fell out as sort of teens, like young teens, and then they sort of have to come back together just before they're about to go away and start university. And it centres on these 2 boys, one of whom is like, he's gay, he knows he's gay, and he's quite the thing with it, and the other one is not so much. He's confused, he's never really thought about this before, and he realises that he's in love with this other boy. It's so beautiful. Season 2 is coming out sometime soon this year. Beautifully acted, beautifully shot. Don't stand Call Me By Your Name when I Told Sunset About You exists. Okay? Right. Now I'm gonna do one more. No, 2 more. I tell lies. 2 more. And one of them is, if I leave this off the list, I will be sad. And it is Two Moons 2. Now, Two Moons 2 has a bit of a choppy history. And if you're in the fandom, you'll know about it. But the reason the Two Moons 2 goes on my list is because it introduced me to Pavel Fim, who's one of my favourite actors or entertainers. He also has stream and Patreon and all that kind of stuff. And it's set in university. Again, the storyline isn't anything unique or anything like that, but I just really liked the actors in it, and we support Pavel in this house. And we patiently await the day when he is out of contract with Moat Village and he can do more things, because he's amazing. Now, this last one, just stick with me on this one. You'll be like, why? But, oh my god. It's called Ingredients. And each episode is like 10 minutes long. And it's actually made by a Thai supermarket. It's an extended long form ad. Right? But It is honestly like the sweetest, most domestic romance. Oh, basically, two flatmates, one of whom's like a chef, another one's a musician, and they fall in love and bond over food and do cute things like babysit a cat or watch someone's baby or, you know, just generally be very cute together. I love it, and just honestly trust me on this one. Ingredients is so sweet, and by the time it was finished, I was like, I can't believe I got so emotional about an advert. But we stand. And also the two actors who play the couple in it are going to be in probably. I have three really anticipated shows coming out this year, and they're in one of them, which is Kin Porsche. Yeah, Kim Porsche series, which is going to be like a mafia bodyguard romance. Yeah, we like that. So I'm really looking forward to that. So that is all the BLs that are my favourites. There are more. There are, you know, more that are like classic. There are more that I could recommend. I might do a video specifically about ones that aren't set in university, because that is the sort of main trope is university. So yes. So I will see you next time. If you've got any questions, you want any recommendations, any links, and anything like that, then let me know down below and I will do my best. Take care. Bye.